Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading vlog. I've not filmed like in front of a camera in quite some time. Specifically, I haven't filmed a reading vlog in a very long time. The last 2 weeks of 2025 I was house sitting at my neighbor's house, so I was like barely home. Like I was home, but I wasn't like home all the time, and then I was working, and it was Christmas and New Year's, and obviously I was just very preoccupied with the holidays and everything else going on. So I haven't filmed a reading vlog in quite some time, but also I fear that at the end of the year I was slumping quite a bit. Like I am kind of like in a medium reading slump. Like I wouldn't say I'm fully in one because I am still reading and the books I'm reading I'm enjoying, but I just like haven't felt the pull to read very often. Like I've wanted to, just so I like can read books. Like I want to be in a store, I want to be like consumed by a book and really immersed in one, but every time I think about sitting down and reading a book, I just don't want to. And I really need to fix that. I would really like to fix that in this video. So today is actually Monday. Today is January 5th, 2026, so we are officially in the new year. And I do start the spring semester on Wednesday on the 7th. So my plan for this video is to be like an actual like weekly reading vlog, like you follow me throughout my week. We will just have to see how that goes though, because between work and starting school again, I fear I may just like shut down. But I don't want to do that. I want to like stay on top of everything and just try and like be disciplined and just get through it all and learn how to balance it, because last semester I kind of fell off with balancing everything. I just was really headfirst into school because I had just so much homework. It was just non-stop work for the semester in the fall, and I'm sure it'll be this way in the spring, but I'm trying to like balance it a bit more. It is my final semester, so I don't really just want to like neglect everything I like doing. I don't want to neglect reading and writing and everything else. I'm trying to actually do all the things I love doing without burning out. So I am off today. I don't really have a plan. I would like to just take it easy, kind of rest a bit before things get crazy again. There's a couple things I need to do, like housekeeping wise, like I need to vacuum. I would like to read some of my books. I would really like to get started on this draft again, and I'm so freaking excited to get back into writing. It's been so long, but recently I've just really been wanting to like dive headfirst into it again. So maybe I'll go to like the library or something and get some work done, and then go to the gym and, you know, kind of just be intuitive and see what I want to do. I'm not really gonna like make a strict plan for myself, but I'll quickly take you through my current reads. I don't really have like a set TBR for the rest of this video because I am in the middle of like 3 books, so I don't really foresee myself like starting any new ones. We'll just have to see, because I doubt I will make much progress in these if the slump gets worse. Hopefully not. But my boyfriend and I also did start watching Stranger Things season 5, so we watched the first 3 episodes and I just like can't stop thinking about it. Like I'm there. Like I just want to keep watching Stranger Things, so I'm definitely in that mood instead of a reading mood, which is bad. But the first book I'm in the middle of is Song of the Forever Rains by E.J. Mello. This is on my January TBR, and I picked this from my TBR prompt jar. I think the prompt was like pick a book you don't see talked about on social media, and I have never really seen anything about this, but I did buy the entire series. So, but I'm up to page 59, which is chapter 5, so I'm really not that far into it. It has been pretty slow, just because I did start this around New Year's, so it's been kind of chaotic since then, but I am really liking it so far. I hope to make some good progress this week. I don't really want to say I'll finish it. I don't think that will be in the cards for me. But I'm hoping as I get more into it, I'll become more invested and like want to read a lot more, you know? But for a quick premise of this is following main character Larkyra Bassett, and she is one of 3 sisters, and they each have these magical gifts, but they live in this kingdom called Jabari, where their father is one of, I think, the dukes of the like this council. Like that's how the city is set up. It's like a ruling council of like noble houses. So when this book starts, we're following Larkyra, and she is on like a month-long kind of journey, but it's in her own kingdom still, but she is like living among the slums. She gets her finger cut off. She's not allowed to use her magic at all, but this is in preparation for her, I'm gonna mispronounce this, but it's called a Umar journey. It's like, it looks French, but I don't speak French and I don't not very good with that stuff, but it is basically like a coming of age ceremony for when she turns 19 and she officially gets to be recognized as, I guess, like an official member of her household or like with her magic. But it's a very important time for her. So she has spent this month living in like the lower quarters of the city and kind of just struggling without her magic and learning to live among the people who don't have magic, because there are only certain people who have gifts from the gods in this world, and she is one of them. Her family are ones that have these gifts. And so she has now returned to her father's house, and they are at this ceremony now, which is celebrating her and her coming of age. But while she was in the lower quarters of the city, she ran into this man who was in trouble. He was surrounded by all these thugs trying to rob him because he was well dressed, and so Lakara decided to save him, and they kind of like bantering a bit. And so this man reveals that he's actually attending her coming of age ceremony, and she doesn't say anything. Obviously she doesn't want to give away who she is, but now they are at the ceremony together and they've just kind of like had a dance together. But this man, his name is Darius McKenna, and his stepfather is trying to do some like weird trade something negotiation with Larkyra's dad. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that we haven't really gotten into yet, like of the political and like kind of like the money side of things. So I'm intrigued to learn more about that and how Larkyra and Darius are going to play a part in that. Yeah, I really like the writing of this as well. It reads like kind of similar to Sarah J Maas. Obviously it's not the same, but just kind of like how the story is told reminds me a lot of something like ACOTAR Throne of Glass. And then the other book I'm reading is Self-Made Man by Nora Vincent. This was also on my January TBR that I chose, and I truly forget what the prompt was. But this is a non-fiction, which I am very hesitant about because I don't really read nonfiction, to be honest. But this follows the author, Nora Vincent. We have the same name. As she disguises herself in a man and kind of like lives as a man, I think for a year, to try and understand the social cues and like the social norms between men and women. And basically on the back it says, it's one woman's take on just how hard it is to be a man even in a man's world. With an ever-present 5 o'clock shadow, a crew-cut wire-rimmed glasses, and her own size 11.5 shoes, Nora Vincent spent a year and a half as her male alter ego Ned and reported back what she observed incognito. So it's kind of like her picking up on all the dynamics and, like I said, social cues of men and women in society, and I just think it's going to be really interesting because she organizes it in different topics such as like love and friendship and sex. And so right now I'm still in the intro. I'm on page 13. I haven't really read that much so far. Right now I'm still where she is like transforming into Ned. And so she hasn't really done much yet, but it is pretty interesting and it is like really detailed and well written. Like we're getting a lot about her life and like the whole process of changing into a man. So I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. It's not like the most entertaining thing so far, but I am excited to see what I learned from it. So that is a long enough intro. I think I'm gonna go start doing something. I don't really know what yet, but I fear I may just spend the day like doom scrolling if I don't like get into something right now, and I don't want to do that. I'm trying to not be on my phone as much, so I will see you when I see you. Hey everyone, sorry for the very awkward angle. I'm actually filming on my phone. My boyfriend and I just went to see A Christmas Carol and we stopped home to have some dinner, but we're currently going to his house. But I noticed there was a package here for me, so I thought it'd be fun to open it and show you what it is, because I know who it's from and I know what, well, not what it is, but I know like the object it is. It's a book. It's from Haley. We get each other a book for Christmas every year. If you don't know, Haley is my really close friend. We met on Instagram, on our Bookstagram accounts, and we live really close actually. So we hung out multiple times, and I filmed multiple videos with her, but we just don't live close enough to like hang out all the time. So we send each other gifts, so I'm very excited. I'm going to open it, and yeah, let's see what we get. Also, I want to show you my outfit. Very cute. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I wonder if there's a note in here. Yes. Let's see what it says. From Haley. Okay. Ooh! Oh my gosh! I've been wanting to read this one, and I know that Haley loves this one. So this is The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. This I know is like a mythology, I think Norse mythology book. I really don't know much, but I know it has to do with Odin. It's almost like a historical fantasy, I think, but I know Haley loves this book and I've always wanted to read it. So, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to read this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm actually almost bought this multiple times. So, wow. Okay, I cannot wait to get to this. Thank you so much, Haley. I'm so excited to read this and let you know what I think. Thank you. Hey, girl. Oh. Slippers. Let's not do that, okay? Slippers wants to say hi. Yesterday you saw me open a package from my friend Haley for Christmas. Turns out she actually sent me 2 books and they didn't ship at the same time. So I'm here to open the second one and show you that one as well, because the first one was... Okay. Someone really... What the heck? I've been at my boyfriend's house all weekend, so she's just glad that I'm actually like alive. Anyways, without further ado, let's open the second book and see which one that Haley got me. And she's back to playing with the bag, so come on. Okay, from the lighting I can tell that it's like pink or red. So I'm so curious on what it is. No way. Haley, you did not. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so if you don't... This cat is gonna kill me. So if you don't know the story, when Haley and I hung out earlier this year in like August, I think, we went to a bunch of Little Free Libraries and she found a copy of First Time Caller in one of the Little Free Libraries, and she had been on the fence about buying it for so long, and so it was literally like a magic moment for her to find it, especially it was like a purple cover, like a special edition cover, not just this one. And so she found it in the Little Free Library and we were like screaming, celebrating. It was a monumental moment. I can't believe she sent me this. I am so excited. Wow, Haley, thank you so much. You seriously did not need to get me not even 1 but 2 books. Like that is so sweet. Thank you. And I know I will love both of these because you love them. So thank you so much. Hello everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But I'm trying to use wired earbuds more and I forgot it had a microphone on it, so hopefully this works. But I'm actually on campus again because today is the start of the spring semester. So, yay! I only have 1 class on Monday and Wednesdays. Today's Wednesday. And I also only have 1 class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I don't have a Friday class, which is really, really nice. But I have a class in about 15 minutes, and I'm not really feeling nervous. I more just like don't want to go. I just really don't want to do school anymore. I'm ready to graduate and not have to do homework and everything and, you know, stress about that type of stuff. I'm just so over that. But I'm so close. I'm literally so close to the finish line. I just have to get through these next couple months. And it's like in sight. Like the finish line is definitely in sight. I just have to put in the work and get through it, which I don't want to do. So that will be difficult, but I just wanted to note that. But I also have a reading update. I have made quite some progress in my current read. Well, I know I have multiple current reads, but in specifically Song of the Forever Rains. Also, sorry, the cover is backwards. I am filming on my phone, but I got up to page 160, so I'm nearing the halfway mark, and I am really enjoying it. I really like how the characters are written. I feel like I've got a great sense of the relationship between Larkyra and her sisters, and especially like her father as well, like just their whole family, as well as her kind of dynamic between Lord McKenna, Darius, who's like the other main character, we are getting his, not his point of view, but we are getting chapters from his perspective. Like, it's written in third person, but it follows his thoughts. So it's been really nice getting to know more from him, because he definitely has like a mysterious background. We don't really know the whole truth about his past, especially because his stepfather is the lord of their, not their kingdom, but like their lands, and it has been in a like endless reign for about 10 decades. And so now Larkyra has a mission where she is going to pose as Darius's stepdad's like bride to be, and try and like charm him into finding out where the riches are, where their safe is, where all their money is, and finally put a stop to the Forever Rains. That's why it's called Something of the Forever Rains. So Larkyra just got to Lachlan, which is the lands that Darius and his stepfather preside over. And so she's kind of investigating, like, with the townspeople, trying to figure out more about what's going on, like, with the rain, and especially trying to figure out how Darius's stepdad gets the drug that is only found in the Thief Kingdom. And so somehow it's seeping out because Darius's stepdad is using it. So she's got a lot of mysterious, like, sneaky work to do for this mission, but Darius is getting in her way. She just tried to go to a village and, like, get some information, but he was in the way. It was just a circumstance they found each other in, but he was like, let me escort you back to the castle. And she's like, but why? I'm not confined there, you know. So it's a really cool dynamic so far. I'm really excited to see how their relationship plays out. But so far I'm liking both of their characters. The writing is also really beautiful. It's very detailed and descriptive, and I feel like this author writes like descriptions of rooms and like locations and just like atmospheres, like places, really, really well. It's super vivid in my mind. The only thing I don't like so far is that it has just been moving really slow. Like, I'm nearing 200 pages and like not much has happened yet. Like, things have happened, but like nothing has really wowed me yet. I'm still like waiting for something super mind-blowing to happen. Like, it feels like we're still building up to a lot of stuff, basically. But yeah, I am enjoying this quite a bit so far. I hope to finish it maybe by this weekend. This week, because of school, is still kind of chill. Like, I'm still easing into the semester, but I already have homework to do. Yay! So, I'm excited to finish that. I do want to make progress in my other current reads, but I don't have much to say about them now. So, I will update you when I have something else to say. Hey everyone, it is currently January 12th. It is Monday. It's the first full week of classes, so I'm not really in the routine yet. I only had 2 days of classes last week, so I'm not really used to the schedule, although it is pretty much the exact same as my fall semester schedule. I'm just not used to like the actual courses yet, getting back into the flow of things, but that is okay. But I do have some exciting news to start off this clip because this is my book. Because I have finished a book. I finished my current read, which was Song of the Forever Rains by E.J. Mello. I actually finished it this morning. My goal was to finish it over the weekend, but I kind of had a little stomach bug this past weekend, like late last week going into this weekend. I really don't know what it is. I think I'm just having some like digestion issues, but I was just really uncomfortable and I just slept a lot and tried to rest up. It definitely worked because I feel a lot better today. I don't really know what was going on, but I did read over the weekend, but I ended up finishing this morning. That's a long-winded way of saying I finished this book finally. But yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really connected with the characters overall, and I just love how this was more of a slow burn. The main character Larkyra and then the love interest Darius, they did have like, you know, some feelings for each other about halfway through the book, I would say, but they didn't act on their feelings and like actually confess and like become like intimate and have like a loving relationship with each other until the very end. And that was just so good. It was very well written, and I just feel like it was a good and satisfying arc. Like, I didn't want them to be rushed into a relationship or any romance. Like, we kind of got crumbs and then it started escalating, and it was just paced very well. And I also really like the other characters, especially Larkyra's sisters Nia and Arabessa, because the next 2 books in the series follow them. So this is a series of like interconnected standalones, so we get to see them fall in love and go on adventures, and I'm just really excited to continue this series. I didn't really have many expectations for it, but I was pleasantly surprised. Definitely my favorite part about this book was the writing. I think it was so descriptive, and this author has a great way of like setting the scene with like her atmospheres. I really could vividly picture like the castle they were in with the lakes and the little village to the side, and then even when they went into the Thief Kingdom, and then there was a part where they were trying to steal this plant from this underwater like grotto. It was just very vivid and just beautifully written. The only thing that I didn't like that honestly just kept it from being a 5-star, because most of the time if I love a book, if I love the characters and I'm super connected to them, I will give it a 5-star just because I'm so emotionally invested in everything that happened. For this one though, the plot was just kind of slow and boring, which didn't really bother me too much because I read this pretty quickly and I was really invested in the events and everything, but like it just wasn't very action-packed, and the magic definitely played a big part. I just kind of wanted the world to be a bit bigger and for it to be more high stakes. It didn't really feel super high stakes, so I just feel like I wish that would have matched the level of world building that we got, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall I really loved it, and I even tabbed one scene that was probably my favorite scene in the entire book. But the main character, she can heal herself and like other people with her magic, like with her voice, and so she's showing Darius her magic for the first time, and she's, you know, she cuts her palm and then she sings and it heals up, and he's like fascinated. And that scene was just like in Rapunzel, when Rapunzel heals Flynn Rider's hand, like the palm she wraps the hair in and sings. And it just really reminded me of that, and Tangled is like one of my favorite movies ever. And I just really loved that scene. It was just so well written. And like, like she's just like, see, all healed. And it says Darius blinked, dropping her hand. You have magic? Like, he's just so stunned, and it just, oh my gosh, it just really reminded me of Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. It was so freaking cute. So yeah, I'm happy to have read this. This is my first read of 2026, which is really exciting because I don't see many people talk about this, so I feel like I kind of read like an underdog book that, you know, doesn't really get my type, which is really nice. So I can't remember if I told you my other current reads or my other reading plans, but I did start Self-Made Man by Nora Vincent. This was on my January TBR, and I still have only read about 13 pages. I haven't really touched it just because I'm not in the mood for nonfiction. Like, this is an interesting story, but I'm just not really drawn to picking it up. So I think what I might do is like try and set about like 30 minutes a day, maybe even less, maybe like 15 to 20 for me to just like dedicated time to read this, because I'm not like I'm not gonna pick it up in my free time. I'm definitely more interested in some other books right now, but I do really want to read that one because I've had it on my shelves for years. But I think my next main current read is going to be Lips Touched 3 Times by Laini Taylor. This is part of her backlist. It's not even like in publication anymore, like you have to get it used because they aren't printing it anymore, but this is I think 3 short stories and they all have illustrations, which is really interesting. And they're really pretty. So I'm excited to get to this. I don't really know what the stories will entail, what they're about. I'm kind of just gonna go in blind because I love Laini Taylor's writing and it's been a very long time since I've read one of her books, so I'm very, very excited for this. I am in like a really big reading mood for very specific things. Like I set a January TBR and did like a New Year reset, so you should definitely go watch that video if you want to see that. But I was thinking about February, and I know it's like not even halfway through the month. Like we're only about 10 to 12 days into January, but I was thinking about February, and it is my birthday month in February, and normally I set a TBR and I never complete it because February is just so busy. I never read more than like 2 books in that month, and that's okay. Like, you know, I do a lot of things in that month anyway, so it's not like I need to read like a bunch. But I was thinking, I was like, you know, instead of setting a TBR and like limiting myself to those books, since it's my birthday month, I'm just gonna let myself read whatever I want to. Like no restrictions, no like guilt about anything, because I'm trying to not feel guilty about like not reading TBRs or like not reading the books I've had on my shelves the longest. I just want to read what I want. And there's no better time to do that than my birthday month. So yeah, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I'm getting really excited for February, but we have the rest of January to go. And I have some great books I'm looking forward to getting to soon. So typically I upload on Wednesdays, but with the way this week has turned out and kind of getting sick for a little bit, I might extend this vlog a little bit and upload it a bit later, which hopefully is okay. I'm kind of trying to figure out a new upload schedule because in the fall uploading on Wednesdays really worked for me because I could film and edit and I could typically have it up by Wednesday or Thursday, but I think for this semester I might change things up a bit. Essentially my schedule is the same, but I do a lot more like asynchronous, like remote work this semester with my online class and my internship, so it's a lot harder for me to juggle my time, if that makes sense. So I might play around with things a little bit, but you still will be getting weekly uploads, I promise. Especially because I want to have time to finish this, because this is a shorter book. It probably won't take me that long, but I'm going to give myself the rest of the week to start and hopefully finish this, and that way I can have another book in this vlog for you. So I think that's enough talking for today. I gotta get on to some work stuff. Ooh. Hello everyone, excuse the egghead bun thing going on. It's very windy and it started snowing today. As I was walking to my car from class and my hair like went everywhere, and I ended up just putting it up in a bun because I washed it yesterday and now I'm gonna have to wash it again because it is so tangly and gross now. So that was very fun. But yeah, the weather just turned crazy, so I'm ready to have a night like inside. I'll have to do some homework unfortunately, but I wanted to talk to you and give you a quick little reading update. So we are just gonna stay right here. I'm sorry for the ugly angle in the TV cord. I also don't have the dust jacket on this. I guess I'll put it on real quick. But yeah, I can't remember where I said I was in Lips Touched last time, but I have made quite some progress. So I'm currently in the middle of the second short story. There are 3 short stories in here. I finished the first one called Goblin Fruit the other night, and I actually really enjoyed that one. It reminded me a lot of like a Holly Black kind of folk of the air story because it took place in like a high school. It followed a 16-year-old main character, and it just had a lot of imagery and just weird details, like random details that reminded me of Holly Black, but I just forgot how much I love Laini Taylor's writing. It's just so whimsical and so good and just so detailed and beautiful, and I love her books so much. It's just why she's my favorite author. I just miss reading from her, and that one was pretty good. I just wish the first story was longer. It just kind of ended abruptly, which was a like good ending. Like I am fine with it. I just wanted more from that. I just really liked where it was going, and I didn't expect it to end like so abruptly. But yeah, now I'm in the middle of the second story called Spicy Little Curses Such as These, and it follows this girl who is cursed by this weird demon thing, but the demon works with this old lady who like administers the curses. It's a really weird thing, but the setting is in India when the British Empire had like kind of colonized it and is like doing a bunch of imperialist things then. So the setting's interesting. We don't get too much of it, but this curse was placed on this like, forget what he's called, but he's some type of like military government man, his daughters are all singers, and so the curse that was placed on her basically says that if she utters a word, she will kill whoever hears it. And so she hasn't uttered a word or made a sound for like 17 years of her life. And so now we're introduced to this guy named James who was in the war. He was a soldier. He stumbles across this girl's diary and is like kind of falling in love with her, and so I just got to the point where they meet, and now we're about to get like a diary entry. It's gonna be very romantic, I think. And I'm kind of worried that it's gonna have like a tragic ending. I hope not, but I feel like it'll hopefully have some cute moments. And so after I finish that one, I'll have one story left, which is kind of sad because I'm really loving this and I want I want full books out of all of these. I feel like they're so interesting to me. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to read more from Laini Taylor after this for sure. So I guess if you want like the page count, I'm on page 91. So I would say like close to halfway through, but since it's 3 stories, it's not really like halfway through the full book. It's like halfway through the story. So sorry I'm like out of breath. I'm like standing on my knees and it low-key hurts so bad. But yeah, I'm just like in such a mood for spring and summer. I don't know if it was just like the cold wind and the snow this afternoon, but like I miss the spring and summer. Not necessarily wanting to be outside in the heat, because I definitely prefer the cold to the hot, because like it's so much easier to just bundle up and get warm, but if you're hot it feels impossible to like get cold, to cool down. So I definitely prefer the cold, but like it's a bit much sometimes, and I definitely feel like my reading and my like video content, like my vlogs and everything, are just much more productive in the spring and summer. Maybe because I don't have school and I'm not like just wanting to hibernate all the time, but like I come home and I just shower and get in pajamas and like lay down and go to bed, and that's not bad, but I just miss like going on adventures and doing stuff. So I'm excited for when that comes along. I guess I should take my head off, but it's so cold in here. It's so freaking cold. I'm sitting on the tile floor. Oh, I'm freezing. It is so cold. It is probably going to snow tonight, but I just finished Lips Touch 3 Times by Laini Taylor. This was so good. I love Laini Taylor's prose so much. She's an incredible writer. Literally all 3 of these stories was just so beautiful and so vivid and just very unique. Like all of these were so different than anything I've read before, and I'm quite mad that these aren't just like full-length novels, because each of these I would read as like a full book, like a series or something. I am just so obsessed. I forgot how much I love her writing, and I'm actually really itching to pick up another book by her. Like I'm really wanting to start the Daughter with Smoke and Bone series, and I also need to read the other books by her that I haven't owned. So yeah, I am just so happy I read this because I had been meaning to for quite a long time. But yeah, overall I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think the only reason I didn't give it a 5-star is because the stories, like I just wanted more of them, and I feel like they kind of ended like in good spots, but like I just wish they were a bit longer. Like honestly, I I just want more. I just want more. I definitely think my favorite of the stories was the third one called Hatchling. It just had a lot more world building and it was very, very unique. Like nothing like I've ever read before. It did remind me a lot of kind of the mythology that you find in Strange the Dreamer, which is my favorite book of all time. And it kind of just reminded me of that, and it was so, so good. And I definitely highly recommend these. If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend reading them. They are just so magical and beautiful and just amazing. So I don't know if like libraries have them around the world or like they sell used copies anywhere, but like they're so good. I wish they would republish this because like how all these books need to be like this, like seriously. So yeah, I'm so happy I finished this. I can't go on about it enough, but yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars for sure. I'm so proud of myself for like finishing 2 books in like 2 weeks, I think. Like I know that's not a lot, but I'm typically a really slow reader. So I feel like I've been doing good with being really consistent with my reads, and like it's already like what, halfway through January and I've read 2 books. That's pretty good. I feel like I've done pretty good so far. I'm trying not to like compete with myself and make it like a race or anything, but yeah, I'm just really happy about that. So this is where I'm going to end this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed watching, especially as this is the first vlog of 2026 of the new year. But yeah, make sure to comment what you're currently reading. I would love to know. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next vlog or video. Bye bye.